All right, here we go with problem number 1. You have 6 different slides to work on. They are all asking for the exact same thing. The radius, diameter, circumference, and area of the circle that is located on their slide or in the little notebook. Aw, so cute. All right, so this box right here, I will make sure is on every slide. This is where you're going to show your work. So for instance, I am going to look for the radius. When it says D equals 23 km, that I can put right here. Whoops. Because that's diameter, because it says D equals. D, the only D word on here is diameter, so I'm going to say that goes there. My radius, R, equals D divided by 2. R equals 23 divided by 2. So my R equals, and I hate that it does this big R thing here. So remember, you have to change it to a small r because it's supposed to be a small r. So 23, so I have that's 11 point, where is it, 5. That is my R. So I'm going to put right here 11.5. Circumference. How do I find circumference? Well, C equals, okay. A lot of people asked me yesterday, a lot of people keep asking me, so I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot just throw a TT in there. That is not a pi sign, no matter how much you want to look at it. You cannot throw an N in there. That is also not a pi sign. This is the lazy man's way of doing it. You're going to take your cursor. You're going to go up to Insert. You're going to go down to Special Characters. You are then going to go over here with this little magnifying glass. Click next to it so you can see now a blinking cursor. You're going to type capital P, lowercase I. It's going to give you choices. I go for this one where it says Greek small letter pi. Click it just once. Notice how it popped up on the screen right there. Then you click this X. That is how you make a pi symbol. I will not accept it in any other form because all those other forms are not pi. You can also not type the word pi. You need to learn how to make the symbol because it's really kind of just fun to do. And it's not that hard, people. It really isn't. Okay, C equals pi D. I'm going over here. I'm looking at my diameter is 23, so C equals pi is 3.14. We know that because we memorized it because we're real smart like that, times D, which is 23. I am now going to use my calculator to figure out what that is. Okay, so that equals, C equals 72.22. That goes down here in circumference, 72.22. Okay, last thing I have is area. I'm going to make a space. So my area, A equals, oh, we got to go back up here to Insert. Go down to Special Characters. Go over here to this little magnifying glass, click on it so I have my blinking. Do you see it's blinking now? Capital P, capital I. Go over here to that. Click on it. Click out of it. Pi, R. I then need to go up to Format. Okay. You cannot just type a 2. If you just type a 2 like that, what this actually means, what this is saying right here, what you just typed is area equals pi R2. That is not correct. That is incorrect. So we cannot just put a 2 there. You need to go to Format, Text, go over here down to Superscript. Sorry. Notice how my cursor went tiny. That means it's up there. Notice how it's still small like that? So even if I go like this, it's still a small cursor. I have to take that off now. So I go to Format, Text. Now look at the cursor. It's small by the 2. Do you see it over here by the 2? Tiny, tiny, tiny. When I hit this again, look, it grew. Now I can hit Enter. A equals pi is 3.14 times, what is my radius? That's R is for radius. 11.5 times 11.5. Whoops. Let's just go ahead and for the sake of everything to be on one line, let's make that a little smaller. Okay. So now I am going to get out my calculator and I am going to go ahead and multiply this together. So I have 3.14 times 11.5 times 11.5. Why am I timesing it by 11.5 twice? Because when you square a number, you multiply it by itself. So this is a pi times radius times radius. 3.14 times 11.5 times 11.5. That equals 415.27. We're going to round up. Okay, so I have area equals 415.27. Is that correct? Let's go back and check. 415.27, because this 6, I'm going to round this either up or down. I look to the number to the right of it. It's a 5. That means I round up. Great. I'm going to go over here. 415.27. I am now done. I have shown all my work. The only one I didn't have to do was diameter because it gave it to me right here. But I showed my radius right here, my circumference right here, and my area right here. I am now done with this slide right here. Notice how I have the pi symbols. I showed you guys where to get those. Notice how I have that little 2. I showed you how to get that. I am now complete with this slide. This is how all of your slides need to look. I will make sure they have the box on each slide like I have the box here. So you're going to type it in. Notice how neat it looks. Yours also needs to look as neat and tighty. It needs to have lowercase r's if it's a lowercase r situation, or an uppercase C or uppercase A if that's the uppercase situation. There is meaning behind a lowercase letter and an uppercase letter. Honestly, right at this present moment, I can't recall what that meaning is, but I will find it out, so that will explain why it needs to be upper or lowercase. But this is how every single slide needs to look before you can submit your work. I am not going to do a video for every slide. I'm going to refer you back to this slide so that way you can understand how to do it. If I do it for you on every slide, all you're going to do is copy what I do, and you're not going to learn how to do it on your own. Make sure you take these formulas that you organized right here and use them in your slides. That's what you're doing, is you're taking the formulas that you've learned and you're applying that knowledge. If you have any questions, I am on Zoom and I can go ahead and I can go over this, but I am not going to walk you through every single one. I need to know you know how to substitute the letters or the numbers for the letters. I need to know that you can see where the diameter is and how to substitute it into the formula. I need to know that. You can ask me those questions and clarifying questions, but I cannot walk you through these problems anymore. I need to know that you know how to do this. So this is what you're doing today. There are only 6 of these slides. That's it. And I just did number 1 for you. So you only have 5 left. It shouldn't take you too long. And then submit it when you're done, please. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.